Hey, all right. So this is my first time using the Screencast-O-Matic, so hopefully everything goes all right here. I'm going to be posting my trial assignment for a fifth and sixth grade science assignment onto the Grade network. I'm a teacher in Indianapolis and excited to see how this works. So, oops, make sure that this is all right. Okay, great. So I'm signed into the Grade network, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my courses and create a new course. Let's name it fifth and sixth grade science. I'm going to teach a combined classroom setting. Um, and let's save that. I don't need a new section. Oh, I do need to add one new section. So section name, let's say just fifth and sixth again. Not sure why it keeps popping me up here to get started. Click my courses, fifth and sixth. And I know that I'm not really a ideal user of the Grade Network because I only teach 14 students, and so a lot of my grading is not very overwhelming just because I have very small numbers. But last year when I had 60 plus students in middle school, I definitely would have loved to use Grade Network. Okay, so I can upload a roster file. I'm not sure if that um, let's see what that looks like. Okay, I don't really see a lot of direction here, so I guess I'm assuming that this means a class roster, and I wonder if it would be useful or helpful to have any hints or tips as to the way that this might be best formatted or anything like that. So the course is saved. I'm going to go ahead and maybe then go up to posting an assignment. Maybe from here, it would be cool if it would kind of launch me into a first assignment as soon as I posted my course. So let's go ahead, okay, select my course, fifth and sixth grade science. I'm going to name my assignment food web activity. Oh, so I'm going to briefly summarize the assignment prompt, objectives, relevant state standard, etc. My assignment, students with cutout cards, and then answered some questions about the food web they built and the relationships of organisms. I don't have the standards with me off the top of my head or listed on the assignment, so I'm just going to put 5.x.1 for now. Student work is handwritten. Okay, in order to ensure that graders meet your expectations, please provide clear instructions below. So I'm just looking for feedback only on this assignment. Okay, grades and feedback both can be checked. Components and total grade. I'm thinking that this components means just different sections and how that's tallied, if that's correct. And feedback, and I can choose whether I want to generate individual student reports or comment directly on student work. So let's see what that brings me. I'm not really sure what this means exactly, so maybe a window here would be, or just a tip window would be helpful. Okay, so let's see here. Supporting upload files for each or include a link to a shared file or folder. Okay. Upload files for each or include a link to a share file or folder. Okay, so I can share a folder on Google Drive, which seems cool. I can go ahead and do that, or I'll attach a rubric. I'll attach my I just have a link of an image that I wrote down some quick things that I want. When it says rubric link, oh, here you go. Okay, I didn't see that the attach was an option, rather in addition to the link. I thought it was just asking me for the link. So I want to include my how am I? So if I have it on Google Drive and my Google Drive is not currently set up to open with my folders on my computer, so that's because this is a different Google Drive account actually than my school one. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to approach this. Let's see what it looks like when I click on digital folder.
Shareable link using Google Drive. So let's say that all of my students and my few students, Sally and Ben, have turned in their assignments. Next, I'm going to click on the link sharing button because most people at the top, and I'm going to click on it. And I am going to change my sharing settings so that anybody who has a link can access the second option on the sharing page. And if I wanted some comments inside my document, so I'm going to say hit edit. Now, if you want the comments on the feedback page or on the grading template, then you can just leave it as can view. That means the graders will not be able to write on the document. I'm going to leave it as edit, and then I'm going to copy, Control C, this link, where I press the button here, copy link, and then head over to my assignment, and paste the link here, and then I will post that assignment.
All right, let's go ahead and follow all those instructions that I was just given, and see, I want to go to the shareable link. I want anyone with the link. I'm changing my sharing settings. Not sure those looked a little bit different than the Google View that I can look at. But okay, anyone with the link, good. Save that, and then my shareable link. Copy that, and pull that over into. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly which one I should link it in. I'm just going to link it in this one since it's the first one here when I'm sharing just an entire folder. Okay, how should the total score be calculated? So total correct out of total possible. What is a normal grade distribution for my class? I don't really have much of a normal grade distribution for 5th and 6th grade. Any additional guidelines on interpreting rubric? Answers may vary. How many minutes should it take to grade one student's assignment? I would very few, maybe 4, let's say. Okay, when I need assistance. Start date of, okay, when maybe the assignment is posted, so we'll put that as today, and say I need this assignment graded, which is always going to be the due date here at the, let's say 31st just for now. You've already collected the assignments from your class. Go ahead and upload these now. If not, no worries, you can do that later. It's best to post the assignment now, if any. Okay, I'm going to click on or reshare the link because I just put the link in there as well. So let's just kind of take a bird's eye view of everything that I've seen so far. There's no mechanical issues with the page that I'm seeing. I was a little bit confused here when it was saying to attach a rubric with link, but it cleared up just based on me exploring the page, and was able to share a Google Drive folder pretty easily. I wonder if it would be possible for you to just create a button that shares it from Google Drive, as I would imagine that's a pretty popular place where people would post their assignments from. And thinking back to the course, I wonder if it's possible to, and I'm not too familiar with this, to explore whether or not you could integrate a Google Classroom and kind of ease some of the transition and functionality. And I know that some of the there's some sites and apps that you can kind of transfer your Google Classroom over, and I'm not sure if that's a possibility for you, because that could be a really easy way for assignments to kind of already be there, as well as student roster file to already be there as well. Okay, I like the links for how to zip files and how to set correct sharing permissions. That was super easy. I used that link and was able to figure that out. These questions, how should the total score be calculated? It's a little unclear off the bat on what is that. Does that mean out of points, percentages, letter grade? If that's what that means, I think it could be a little bit more clear. Additional guidelines on interpreting the rubric. I think that would be. I think that's fine. A normal grade distribution, I think that could be helpful. If you have a high school class or a larger class where you have that data. My class with 14 students isn't really ideal for that. Let's see. If I were to need help, I don't know if I don't see a help button right away. I would imagine that the grade network is probably too small to kind of have a live chat button right here that somebody could help guide you through. But I know that that's pretty useful and pretty popular on a lot of sites, whether it's a person or a chatbot to answer some FAQs. That's actually, now that I bring that up, an interesting idea as well, to have sort of a first time quick run through of this is what this is what questions a first timer might have and that sort of thing. I think that's all my initial thoughts. Let's go ahead and post the assignment. I think you can save the draft. Okay, matching underway. We've sent requests to these three graders. Okay, I like the use of pictures. I'm immediately drawn to these two because they have pictures. Okay, and I can personally request graders. Let's see if I can view a profile and see what. Okay, ratings, math, science, social studies, about me. Reviews. Thank you so much. I guess that review doesn't really help me give me much actionable feedback or on the kind of grading that I'd get. And they have kindergarten through 12th grade, so I'm not really sure what his expertise is, or if he's a good fit. So I wonder if you could limit that to, let's see, it looks like this when I'm trying to go back to just that last page without clicking the back button, that this button doesn't work here. Come on. All right, let's see if I can. Okay. So let's see another profile and see if it's more specific. Okay, kindergarten through 8th grade. Okay, one review. So I think that's all the information. Let's see. Maybe this a little bit larger, that you can see that you posted your assignment successfully. And I'd be curious to know a little bit more about how the matching process works. So I'm not familiar right away if I'm a first timer. Would I be emailed when I'm matched with a grader, or am I emailed when an assignment is finished? What are the next steps on my end? What do I have to do? Am I just in a waiting mode? That might be a nice message to have here after that page. But I think visually everything looks great. Everything's clean, and let's see if. Okay, unlike that last page, this is working. Estimated time to grade, interesting. And yeah, well, I'm looking forward to speaking tomorrow. Unfortunately, this isn't like the most ideal trial assignment. I'd love to post another assignment when I have something that I really actually want through the full thing. Talk to you tomorrow. Appreciate it. Have a good night.